Listener discretion is advised.
This is Peggy Nadramia. I am the High Priestess of the Church of Satan. You are listening to the Devil You Know podcast, and I highly recommend you eat some pineapple. Yow!
Happy birthday to you.
We need to open this with
birthday to you. I thought we were singing the whole thing.
birthday.
Let's do it. Let's really do it. And we'll just say Magus Gilmore, our maestro. Happy right. Let's do it.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. That sucks. Let's get in unison. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday.
4? That's 4.
2, 3, and happy birthday. Take it from the top. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Magus Gilmore. Maestro. Happy birthday to you. All right. That totally sucked.
Yes.
It's his
Keep it
birthday.
anyway.
It's his birthday. Well, when they hear this, it was a couple days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah.
2 or 3, depending on how fast I edit this thing. But yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Happy
He's 36
birthday,
years old this
Maestro.
week. 36. Can you believe
24, I heard. 24.
that? Oh, come on. He's 36.
All right.
He's going to live forever. He's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, if you didn't catch that, happy birthday, Maestro.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
So, yeah, and I guess maybe we should have thought of that, a couple weeks ago when we were there. Kind of had a earlier birthday celebration for him too, but
Yeah, any excuse to drink.
yeah, more than we did.
Just another toast. Yeah, it's funny.
Oh well, yeah. So how you doing, Johnny?
Good, or well, I should say. Damn it. Yeah,
Oh, good. Well,
I'm trying
yeah.
to.
You can be just a dude and say good.
I'm good, man. How are you?
Totally cool.
Nice.
Totally awesome.
Sweet.
Bruh.
Yeah.
So
Who talks like that?
I gotta say, man, we had some people that were enjoying our dude advice.
Yeah. Got a lot of feedback on that. They were like, do more of that.
Yeah. So, and we've got more emails. What do you know?
Yeah, I want. I mean, I don't want to do all of them because that would be boring. But let's do a couple.
We got other shit to do.
Yeah.
We got better things to do than deal with your fucking problems, people.
Yeah. No, but here's one. Let me do this
We
one
actually
here.
don't, but that's all right.
I know. Yeah, keep them coming, please. Dear Mr. Gray and Dear Istagay and Mr. Shaw. After Istagay. After listening, I love that movie.
Gay.
It's Dreamcatcher. I love that movie. Stephen King. Anyway, after listening to your last podcast where you talked about emails sent to you, I decided to send you this in hopes for advice. I've been depressed for several years and had thoughts of suicide for the last 3 to 4 years. This has gotten worse and better, whatever that means. This way of thinking and looking down upon myself stopped for a while when I met a girl who I fell in love with and eventually got into a relationship with. I was deeply in love with her and she meant the world to me. She recently left me and I totally crashed for a while and I'm kind of back where I was before her. I'd like to know if any of you have experience with depression and tips on how to deal with it. Thank you for taking your time reading this.
That
Emmanuel.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I'm kind of
Emmanuel.
say that again.
His name's Emmanuel.
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry.
No, I don't know. Just the nature of our show. To get an email like that that's kind of weird to me. Like I don't like. I mean, like if I was listening, if I was just a guy that was listening to you and somebody else doing the exact same show, I would expect like a total asshole answer to that. So like, I don't know if I would.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
Not sure if this is the right
this
show.
guy's goofballs all the time, but okay. So
If you're going to kill yourself, all we ask is that you videotape it for all of us to see. No, I'm kidding.
He's plastic. No. Okay. So I guess what are we talking about? Are we talking about clinical depression? Like, are we talking about you take meds for this, or is this just I was really sad? Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're sad because a chick left you,
pull your panties up.
yeah. I mean, I gotta say, you know, you're trying to be a man, you know. And if anything, I guess just start working on yourself. I mean, I think, yeah, we can all, yeah, break up with a relationship and sure you'll be sad. But he was saying that he was sad before this, depressed before this.
Yeah, thoughts of suicide for 3 to 4 years. That's a long time. So to me, I mean, it's suggesting clinical. So we're going to assume, let's assume that he's taking medication and has an issue.
That sounds like you need to go see a psychiatrist maybe. Because you got other issues other than what, you know. It's one thing to say, I had a girl, I've broken up with a girl and been sad before. That's different though.
Yeah,
like,
there's plenty of fish in the sea, bud.
I was depressed and then a girl fixed my life and then she left and so now I'm depressed again. No. There's something else wrong then. If you're not happy with
the vagina's
yourself.
Not that special.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty awesome, but.
But it had a magic rainbow.
There's a lot of them.
Pooped out ice cream.
Beauty's only a light switch away. So.
Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself, man. I mean, but you know, your doctor will know more than I.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would suggest going to see somebody special about. If you're having thoughts of suicide, then I think John and Dorian don't have the answers you need.
Yeah. Because we just say go for it. No, I'm kidding. Don't. I mean, you know.
You know we're assholes, so you know we're fucking around.
But
cool.
Yeah, I just seek the help that you desperately need.
Yeah, and matter of fact, you know, like actually kind of addressed this a little bit with a little letter I wrote about addictions and stuff like that, and then had to kind of fix it a bit and say, look, you know, some people struggle with stuff. It's nothing wrong with, you know, it's human to struggle with things, but, you know, an intelligent individual is going to go seek the proper help if they're not able to get out of it themselves. So if you're not able to get out of this, you know, you should be seeking actual help, you know, a professional. And there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, vital existence, you need to embrace this life as best as you can and go do whatever you have to do to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, when I read this, I tend to not think that you're a Satanist because it doesn't
that's a
coincide
weird,
with the philosophy or the religion of Satanism. We celebrate the here and now. We, like you said, we celebrate the vital existence. We wouldn't have thoughts of ending it or, you know.
Certainly not over a girl, yeah.
Yeah, especially that.
I mean, well, I don't know. I guess there's no other reasons to either, unless maybe if you were, you know, if you had like a disease, if you're, you know, about to die anyway, then that'd be one thing, you know. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we do get listeners that aren't Satanists, so I mean,
we're gonna catch so much shit for this. But
it's going on too far. Hey, just go seek some help, okay?
Yeah, get some help because I'm glad we did that one first.
I don't really want to approach it like we're gonna get next week. We're gonna have a suicide note that we got to read. You know, like you guys didn't take me seriously, so deal with this.
Signed, Stan. Yeah.
Stan.
Okay. You didn't get the reference. It's cool. Let's get it happy here because this might even be a better one. This guy says, Mr. Shaw and Mr. Gray, I want to know how you guys feel about a woman being the more dominant one in a relationship. What I mean is that I am not a fighter and she holds many black belts in all sorts of arts. Is it okay for a man to take a backseat to a stronger woman? Frank L.
All right, well, I'm just going to say it.
Go ahead, you chauvinist, say it.
Yeah, I do. I have some issues with that. I have always been attracted to strong women. The sexiest chick in the world to me is Xena,
Warrior
the warrior
princess.
princess. Hell
Yeah.
yes. So that's one thing, but you need to be able to hold your own in order to handle that too. So I don't know. I mean, I gotta wonder at what point does she not respect you anymore for not stepping up and being a man yourself?
Yeah.
Because I think, I mean, I think I think that we're realists and we look at things as how they actually are, and there are natural instincts in men and women, and if you're at some point, her instincts got to be to be attracted to a man who can handle himself, and at some point she's going to be tired of treating you like a child and having to step in and protect you.
Yeah, if they both are cool with that and are attracted to that sort of thing, then and it works, awesome. But I do agree with what you're saying. There is an inherent feeling in men and women where a woman does seek a little safety and security of her man, and that's a natural thing. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Women don't need a man to feel secure. I think people know what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah, we're not being chauvinist. It's just we're just talking about realism.
The nature of things. We have when you have a man and woman relationship, it's there is a
like I said, I mean, I'm all for a strong woman, but with my own pride, I need to be able to handle myself, and I think if I had to rely on my woman to protect me. I mean, like you said, if that's the deal you guys have worked out, more power to you. But I couldn't be proud of myself.
Yeah.
And
I would have to.
I mean, go get yourself some, martial arts classes or whatever.
Or
at least,
what he could do? He can eat his spinach.
Well, there you go.
What the hell kind of laugh is that? Who laughs like that? Everybody's laugh is like a ha in some form or another, like ha 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 ha, and his is cug 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 cug
cug cug. How do you spell that? C-U-G.
I think it's spelled with a K.
My sister had a weird laugh. I don't know. She probably still does, but she always did that that kind of wood.
That's the machine gun laugh. Yeah.
I hate that laugh.
Sometimes I have farts like that. They call it the helicopter fart. I don't know where that came from. We went off on a huge tangent.
Too far.
But
all right, so I hope that helps you, sissy boy.
Oh man, you're so mean. You're just mean.
Well, like I said, you know who you sent your message to. So.
Pull up your panties, son. Yeah. So I guess the moral of our intro this week is pull up your panties.
Yeah. All around, yeah.
And we're going to get so much shit for this one.
We should probably do like a little like a sample of you saying that and then just play that every time somebody sends any email about anything. Pull up your panties.
Pull up your panties. Yeah. So the cug.
Oh, shit. All right. That was awesome.
Yeah, let's move on.
Oh yeah, but don't forget, send more emails. We're happy to.
Yeah, I think we're
happy
helping
to make
people.
light of your horrible situations.
Can you tell me how to get to Blasphemy Street? I'm a wandering goat, call me Azazel, I cannot and will not be hurted. You feed your sins to me and irresponsibilities, in turn I will vomit these as your dogmatic penance. You can blame and point your fingers, be the bringers of same old shit of Abrahamic writ. You can take your schizophrenic god, the demiurgic clod, and open your mouth for his divine wad, but you better swallow because a priest doesn't like it when you spit.
The Law of Gyps.
Law number 14. There are 3 roads to choose from. The high road, the low road, and the road rarely traveled. Particularly when dealing with relationships, be it casual or intimate, It's always wise to assess each and every time you're involved in a confrontation or an argument. In this situation, where you may find yourself confronted, threatened, or at a point where you are on the outs, where you have a falling out, option 1 is to take the high road. When taking the high road, you put yourself in a situation where you leave the other party feeling guilty and ashamed of themselves. That will work if it makes you feel better and gratifies your ego while keeping your reputation intact. The other option is to take the low road. If you feel that there's no resolution, no way out, no way to put this conflict to rest at a peaceful, more dignified setting, take the low road, go for the gut, deliver as many low blows as possible to leave the other person feeling like shit. It may put your reputation at stake, but you may feel really good. You may feel really good about it yourself. The third option, and this is the toughest one, is to take the road rarely traveled. In some cases where you feel that there's absolutely nothing to do and you have nothing to lose, take the road rarely traveled and make every single party around you wonder what the fuck just happened. Do something either so profoundly amazing or so despicably deplorable that nobody around you will know what to think of you or make of you ever again. In that case, your reputation might be at stake, your dignity might be compromised, and even your life might depend on it if you rub someone the wrong way. That being said, you have 3 roads to choose from. Choose wisely. The wrong choice may put you in a bad situation. At the very least, however, you'll learn from it. And there's no better teacher than experience. Hail Satan!
For episode 30, it's time to, I guess, some people, man, they work hard and they got to pay it, and they get their due. And I think we got somebody who's paid his dues and been with us since the beginning, and we got to give credit where it's due.
That's right. We've got Patrick DeMarco, everyone. The voice of Christopher Walken. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Excellent, excellent.
This is a little different for you, I assume, to be yourself for once around us.
Yeah, I don't have to be in character. I don't have to prep myself and do my exercises and get ready to become Chris. It's kind of a process.
Wait, your exercises?
Yeah, I exercise my mouth a little bit.
Like, what do you mean? You eat pineapple?
Like, a little bit. I do lemon face, lion face, lemon face, lion face, so that way I can get everything all going, and then
Ooh, rah! Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah.
ooh, ah. Sounds, Yeah, reminds me of back in my day when I was young, all alone in my room.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. We've been bothering you for what, like almost 29 episodes now to come on, and you're like, no, and finally got time.
Yeah, it's been brutal. Brutal. Yeah, I finally have the time to be myself for you, so that's good.
That's awesome.
Well, let's talk about how we got you involved in this. I mean, I seem to remember. I think it just started from coming out to hang out in L.A., right?
Yeah, you were tattooing John on his arm, and you guys had been there forever. And then we had to take a break, and then you said, "Oh yeah, we'll put the white in after we're done eating." I went, "Ooh, that's gonna hurt."
Yeah,
so he came back, and it was just looking at John's face. I just felt so bad for him. I was like, "God, that looks like it fucking hurts."
Hey,
and after taking a break and just the skin can only take so much abuse, and luckily for you, Dorian, you know exactly what you're doing and how to work the skin, but there's a point when it just fucking hurts.
Oh yeah. You can't escape that. That was a long sitting, so you can't escape the pain in that situation.
Yeah, but I was no Jared McGee.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. He's gonna punch me in the ass when he sees me.
Hey, that's not funny. So it's funny because it's true. So, then you start doing the white, and I guess Matt Sengi was there, and I started doing Chris for you, and we just started laughing so much that it just kind of stuck. And then we're like, hey, we should put that on the show, and then all that stuff just came out of me and the show, and it's been a great experience. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a blast, and I had no idea that the owl thing would become a meme. So that's kind of nice, and
it kind of worked out for us too, because I think at that time we hadn't done any of the shows yet.
Right.
We had just been talking about it, so we were kind of like hungry for ideas. And like one of the first things when we first talked about doing it that John had said to me was that he wanted it to be kind of like a morning radio talk show, like that kind of wacky goofball stuff. And so all of a sudden we've got Christopher Walken. Are you kidding me? It just kind of worked out perfectly.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, people were like, did they really get Christopher Walken? It was kind of like a whole like, wait a minute, I gotta see this and see if it's really Christopher Walken. And then when that stuff came out, it just became like my message blew up, my Facebook blew up. I was like, oh my god, like this is pretty hilarious. And it just and Adam coming on was just even funnier because he took what I did and just made it better than what I had.
So we made you famous, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate being famous. It's you've reached
somebody else who's famous anyway.
Yeah, you notice you've reached a pinnacle of pseudo famousness when Peggy draws an owl in your hardcover Satanic Bible. You've pretty much hit the upper epsilon there. You've broken through the glass ceiling.
That's awesome that she did that.
Yeah, and Peter, when doing the 50th anniversary, he was like, "Yow!" He was doing it with me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like you don't know how it is until you actually meet the people that enjoy what you do, and it was kind of surreal. It was a little surreal that people were, when they found out, that I did the voice of Chris, they're like, "Oh my god, I'm a huge fan." I was like, "You're a fan? Wow!" It was just. It was just surreal, and it was a lot of fun, and it was good. And going from the first event where I was just one of the people there, and then to come back this time and like, oh man, I love what you do on the show. Somebody had told me, I heard Christopher Walken the other day, and I was upset because your voice didn't come out of his mouth. I was like, wow, that's an awesome compliment. So it was just it was great, and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoy doing it. Not for the fact that it's people know who I am, but it's the fact that I've made so many people laugh, and that's I think what's really good about it. It's like so many people get so much enjoyment out of it, and it's like, wow. I mean, I would record for people, hey, can you do happy birthday for my wife as Christopher Walken? Sure, no problem. I'll do that. I don't care. But it just to have people do stuff like that, and I was like, wow, that's just surreal. It's just amazing. It's I've got the moves.
Nice, yeah.
Get ready, because now everybody's gonna want you to do that now.
Yeah, you just kind of advertised that one.
Yeah, you just fucked yourself in the bum.
Well, we noticed right away that when we tried to script things, it didn't come across as funny.
No.
And just like when we just kind of had, let's just go with, here's the basic idea, and you just kind of did your thing, it really worked out to be just kind of just some of the weirdest shit, like fucking marsupials. What? Like I lost it, man. I believe we had to stop because I just couldn't stop cracking up. Marsupials are so fast. I had no idea. What a bizarre statement, and that was comedy gold right there, I thought. So
I also liked how we trying to confuse with Satanism with Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, and I was just sitting there, I was like, what would be real? And it's funny because John called me. He's like, hey, we're getting ready to do the show. Can you come up with something? So on the way from his phone call to my house, I came up with that in the car.
Nice.
I was like, that would be hilarious. And then it just kind of just took off in its own thing. And I tried to write stuff down, and I can't. It doesn't come out half as funny. So I have to just get an idea and just go with it. Just become Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny because when I actually do it, I'm standing up. I'm actually like in full mode, like I'm in full impression mode. I can't just sit down and do it. I have to stand up and act it
dance.
out. And
Yeah.
it's really funny. You know, it's one of those things where it's like I can't just sit and do it. I have to become Chris. I have to be, you know, his mannerisms, how he says things. It's just, I don't know. It's just how I do it. It's called the process.
So you turn into like a were Chris.
Yeah, aware Chris. That's right.
So then
So
I guess
my hair gets really stringy and long and beautiful. I grow in size. You know, my speech patterns become erratic. It only happens, you know, when I really want to Chris out or it's a full moon.
or there's a new Chris movie out. So
It's good to go see him and do what he does, and it's just, you know, he's everything you want him to be. That's what's great about Chris. So whatever you want him to be, that's what he can be. So that's what's so fun about doing it.
It's funny because on Facebook, like a lot of people send me pictures and memes of Chris all the time, and in regard to the show and making jokes, and it's hilarious. He's become a fixture, a household name.
Where did this come from for you? Were you like your own imaginary friend growing up or something? So
no, I have
Chris.
I'm dyslexic, okay, like really bad. So I learn verbally more so than anything else. So when I hear a movie or I hear something or a voice or anything like that, it just stays in there, and I can imitate it really well. It's just one of those weird talents that I have. I wouldn't say talent, but one of the weird gifts that I have where I can hear something and I can imitate somebody. So it's just one of those things where I practice a little bit and I have it down. So, you know, I went to a performing arts high school, you know, so I do have some background in that a bit, but I have the gift of imitation. So it's just really fun. And I like doing karaoke too, because I can sing so many different kinds of songs too. I can probably do the Sesame Street song as Eddie Vedder, you know, things like that.
Give us a little taste.
Oh man.
Well, you can't claim it and not back it up. You gotta show us now.
Come and play. Everything's A-okay. Where the air is clean. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
It's almost too clear though. I can tell what you're saying, you know.
Oh, I gotta.
Yeah. That's funny.
And you gotta get that kind of vibrating.
It's that twang and that that Eddie Vedderness, yeah.
Sesame Street.
Yeah, it's only it only works on 10. All the other albums.
That's funny. What do you do any other impressions of anyone else?
I do an Arnold Schwarzenegger, so you know.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, every male I think can do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation.
You can't get to the chopper, then.
Right? What do you do?
Yeah, it's come on, kill me, do it, I'm here, do it now, come on, I'm here, kill me.
All right.
Sub-Zero now, no zero.
Can you do Arnold talking to Christopher Walken?
Oh man, Arnold talking. Okay. I've heard the show. I don't like it. I don't like the way you talk about Satanism. Arnold, it's very weird. The muscles have got to your brain. You're stupid. You've been pumping too much iron. You're weird. No. Damn you. I will make sure that you don't get to the chopper. Chopper? You're talking about your mouth. Weird guy. I bet you have a tumor. I know you do. Style tumor.
That's pretty funny.
There's a really funny story about Arnold too that I really like, that I really enjoy. I think it's kind of funny. I'll just tell it to you because
go ahead. The show's yours.
It's random and nonsense, so I think it'll fit with most of the things I do. So I guess when they were doing Predator, Jesse Ventura's in the film, and Arnold told the wardrobe girls to tell Jesse that his biceps were an inch bigger than Arnold's. So Jesse's fucking loving this. Oh, I'm bigger than Mr. Olympia, blah, 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 right? So Arnold makes a big bet in front of everybody that he's bigger because he knows he is. And he's like, oh, $5,000 and champagne for everybody. Well, fucking Jesse fucking bites it, hook, line, and sinker. They go to the hotel and they measure it. Oh, it was fucking, he was super pissed. And he found out that Arnold had fucked him and he was pretty mad about it. But I was like, That's kind of funny. That's some shit I would do to somebody because I think that's hilarious. So
yeah, that is a good story.
Awesome. So Chris, Arnold, who else?
oh man, I Kermit the Frog, Ray Romano. I mean, those are pretty easy.
Ray Romano. All you gotta do is
I'm about to get down and worship Satan. Hi-oh. And Ray Romano sounds a lot like Kermit the Frog. It's just a little more raspier.
I got a Kermit the Frog. I could do Kermit the Frog.
Robert.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Garbanzos, yay!
Yay!
That's my Kermit. Fuck it.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, but it's just to say that, like, you know, when I was going through a pretty rough time and everything, and to have you guys in my corner and having the show really helped me get out of my funk and made me able to conquer the universe and be able to do what I'm doing now. So it's you know, it's not more that I'm glad to be on the show. I value being on the show, and I value the opportunity that you guys gave me to at least participate and have fun with it. And I want to say that I really appreciate it. I think the world of you guys, and I have tremendous respect.
That's awesome,
man. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Well, yeah. It's true. It's true. It's true. And this show has been brought to you by iSatanist.
Well, you absolutely positively have to be the shiniest guy in the room.
Yes, or like Bob when I couldn't hear him over his suit. That was pretty funny. The look on his face was priceless. That was worth every bit of it.
So let's talk about the interviews at the 50th. I mean, did you? I know you had. We don't have to say names, but I mean, I'm sure there were some people that are like, I don't know you, you know, like back off, and then then they realize later on maybe or.
Once some people took it very serious, the interview, and I'm doing a bit, and they were being serious, and I was like, man, now I really feel like an asshole because they're giving me a
talk about pineapple, and they're
and I'm doing a fucking bit, and they're fucking like, oh, this is a great event, I'm so happy to be here. The ramification, I was like, oh shit,
the mustard, yeah,
yeah, the mustard, yeah. It was just, I felt it was fun, but it was also when people took it serious, it was. I was like, oh, maybe they don't understand that I'm trying to do comedy here, and maybe I'm, you know. But people have been drinking all night too, so I'm not gonna really get mad about that. Cardone was fun because he just jumps right into it. He's just, you know, he's a performer too, so yeah, he was good. And some of the interviews were very short and to the point, and some of them were great, and some of them people really participated, and it was a fun experience to talk to so many people. I mean, by the end of the night, I was like, I can't do no more. I'm fucking wiped. So, some people, I told them, hey, you want to do, an interview for The Devil You Know? I'll be Chris. They're like, no. And then later on the night, they're like, yeah. I was like, okay, no problem. It's no big deal. It's weird. I would want me coming up to me asking me for an interview as Chris. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, did you feel like a lot of people were like, I don't know who you are, and then until you said that?
Some people did not know who I was, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm Patrick," and like, "Who?" And I was like, "I do the voice of Chris." Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do an interview. And I was like, "Great." Shit. So that was kind of cool too, because people that wouldn't like give me the time of day found out that I'm the one that makes you laugh every week. So they're like, "Oh, well, maybe I can for the show." But it's great that the show is such a success too, and so many people enjoy it. And the good thing that I like about the show is that there is seriousness to it, but there also is comedy. There's also a little.
There has to be,
Well, some people take their stuff really serious, and some people are very. But if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at things, then you're not doing it right. But I think our show is one of the better ones out there, not because I'm on it, but because I just think it is. I mean, some of them will put you to sleep. Not to say that they're bad shows, but it's a little more cerebral than I like. I like to laugh a little bit more.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right on, man.
Yeah, we have to laugh at ourselves. I laugh at you all the time.
Oh, I know.
That's your expense, usually.
Yeah. Right when the mic's out, like as soon as you guys are like, is he gone? Fuck that guy.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Did you see my text? Sorry.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we never say it to your face. That's what I like. You guys despise me for who I truly am, and that's most important.
Yeah, that's why we had you on, you ding dong.
Yeah.
So
it's been. I wanted to do more, but since I'm opening the tattoo shop, it's been a little nerve wracking and a little hard work.
So tell us about that. How did that come about?
So I've been working with. I've wanted to open up a tattoo, because I'm a tattoo artist like Dorian, and I seem to work better.
No, you're not a tattoo artist like me, pal.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm just fucking with you.
Not like me. So I participate in the same type of activities. So I enjoy tattooing. Vegas is a very different animal for tattooing. It is very, I don't know, having so many tattoo shops on the Strip and what they do to customers is not something that I really, because I worked on the Strip and I had a hard time with it. Ripping people off and overcharging and just the general way they run business is just something that
tourists, right? Or mostly
it's mostly tourists. So, tourists a lot don't know. They want to get the tattoo in Vegas. They're all excited, and they're like, well, don't quote them. So you do like an hour's worth of work and they go up to the front and that's an $800 tattoo. And then you get your ticket, you feel like an asshole because you're like, that took me 20 minutes. Like I didn't really earn this. It seems like the money was tainted. And it just bothered me, and I didn't really like what I was doing or how I was doing it or the way that the business was conducted. I mean, I've had my own shop for most of my career, so it was really tough to go work for somebody and do things that went against everything that I stood for as an artist. So when my mom passed, they weren't going to give me any time off, and at that point I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm over this. I want a tattoo, but I want a tattoo on my terms. Or find a good shop that I can tattoo in. So searching around, I finally figured out the Galleria Mall was the best. Now, I've been trying to get in the Galleria Mall since 2012, off and on. They recently got bought by somebody else. So I found out who the director of leasing was for the West Coast. I sold her on the idea of the shop and how it would bring business to the mall. Bottom line, I mean, I really pitched it to her. So she thought it was amazing, and she says, what really sold me is your passion. You really know how to run this business. You know how to make it right. And I've had experiences having a shop in a mall before, and it does well. Because the walk-by traffic is so important, and in the mall you just get walk-by traffic, and you attract the kind of people that were afraid to get tattooed or don't know anything about tattoos, and then they see it in the mall and they're like, wow, it's right here. It's safe. It's a safety you just can't buy anywhere else.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah, so people go, wow, I've always wanted one. I've never, and some of the shops, and not all shops, they're kind of shady. They look shady, and they look scary inside. And some people are like, yeah, I don't want to go in there. But the mall, it's insta-safe. They feel like, the mall's not going to let just anybody in here, which is true.
Yeah.
They have mall cops.
Especially if you're across from Abercrombie and Fitch. Or
yeah.
That is.
But you still do. It's
kind of in there waiting for you.
It's kind of a street. It's kind of a street shop, but it's all custom work. So we don't really do. There's no flash. I mean, there is flash, but we don't even do it. We do custom work. So it's. I don't know. It's kind of like bringing it more to the masses. I think it's more legitimizing what tattooing is by being in the mall. I don't think it hurts the industry at all, and I don't think we give a cheesy connotation to it. It's like, it's a mall tattoo shop. It's like, no, we're out there in front of everybody. Everybody's watching us. We're in one of the most highly visible areas to be in. It legitimizes everything that we do, because if the mall accepts it, it's like, okay, well, there's something to it. There's obviously something to tattooing that we thought it was such a growing industry that we had to have it in the mall. So that makes it a little bit different. Now, some people think, it's in a mall, it's bullshit, they're not real tattoo artists. It's making your job a little easier because we're taking a lot of heat and we're trying to give a presentation that kind of steps aside from all the old stigmas that we used to have, how tattoo shops were portrayed in the past. So it's interesting to say the least. So the build out has been intense and it's been going pretty well. I'm doing most of the work myself, which is kind of satisfying. So, every board that goes up, every wall that gets demoed, every piece of glue that gets scraped off the floor is being done by me. So it's kind of a thing where this is my place and my energy will resonate in that place. And it's going to be good. So I'm excited. The buzz about the shop has been incredible. I've already been, before I'm even open, I'm already booked 2 months. So
Nice.
yeah, it's been, yeah, most of the mall employees went bananas for it because they've been ripped off on the strip. They've had bad artists give them bad prices. So finally there's something where
So now they can have a bad artist give them a good price.
no,
I said that wrong. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
No, but you see what I'm getting at. It's finally
Yeah.
something, something better for just giving a better quality of product and a better price for product. I mean, I can charge whatever I want, and the way that Dorian conducts himself with his clients that I've seen and how he treats everybody and how he does the best that he can do, that's something that I was like, wow, this guy really has it together and he's really doing what I like to do too. So it's that's what I think the industry has to change a little bit. We have to start giving
It's getting
more
there
to the
too.
client.
I mean, it is. I mean, there's it's such a big industry. You have to step it up and be professional. Otherwise, you're just gonna kind of drown in a sea of, shops. So
Yeah, the cream will always rise to the top. So I mean, four shops open up, four shops close. It's just one of those things where people see it on TV, Ink Masters. They go, oh yeah, I can tattoo and whatever. Get the shop going, and then all of a sudden it's not as people think it's so easy, and it's not easy. It breaks my heart, it breaks my spirit, it breaks my soul. There are tattoos that I lose sleep over, not because they're bad, but I feel I can do better on every piece. And there's sometimes that I'm like, man, I should have done this, I should have done that. There's times that I've actually called the client and be like, is everything healing right? Is everything okay? Because I'm generally concerned about the well-being and the quality of the art that I do. And that's just, I think that's, it's something that I love, and I'm passionate about it, and I love doing it. So it's one of those things where, I wish all tattoo artists cared that much about the work that they put out.
Sure.
And some is just a hustle. It's just a scam. It's just a way to make money. But for some of us, it's our way of life. It's not even a job. It's a culture. It's what we lived to do, and we can't do anything else because we love it so much.
cool. Right on, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Sorry, go ahead.
get into the background a little bit, and how did you come to find this diabolical religion of ours?
Oh, the wonderful left-handed path. My mom was into New Age when I was really young. So crystals, Aleister Crowley, dowsing, all that stuff was prominent in my house. My mom used to have a giant pyramid in her office, and she would write, because she'd be under the pyramid, and she would write stories and books. And
Did she write them in hieroglyphs?
I'm sorry, what?
Did she write them in hieroglyphs?
No. She actually typed on her computer at the time, but it was like under this giant. She had this giant metal pyramid on top of in the ceiling, and she would sit under it and write all this stuff. So I was really exposed to it at a really, really young age, that kind of stuff, and I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. And she took me to. She said, well, I want you to find your own path. So she took me to the Mormon church. She took me to Hebrew school. She took me to all these other, all these other religions to kind of experience what they have to offer. And I was just like, man, it's kind of the same stuff with a different spin on it. It's not anything that's really resonates with me. So I just, had it in the back of my mind. And then in high school, somebody was a Satanist, and he had the Bible. So I borrowed it and I read it, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I really got into it. And then I just at 19 years old, I got cancer. And everything just kind of got put on the shelf at that moment. Everything in my life just kind of stopped. And it wasn't really that much of a life. I was only 19. I haven't really lived. I haven't really done anything.
Right, yeah.
So to be faced with that and have all these people who were sitting there, I was in a case study where there was 21 of us. And they were all getting chemo. And we're all battling it together. Pretty soon, I'm the only one left. Wow. And I watched these people pray and, say God's going to save me and all this other stuff. And I'm just sitting there waiting for my turn, basically, waiting for it's my time to pass. And I'm the only one left. So then I started realizing that, what, there isn't a God. There isn't there isn't this angel that's going to come down and save me. There were all these other wonderful people that should have got saved. Not to say that I'm not a wonderful person, but at the same time, it's like I didn't have families that were depending on me. I didn't have mortgages or bills or those kind of things. I was just a kid. So when that kind of really just kind of disrupted everything. And then through the years, I kind of picked it back up, and then I really started getting into it, and I started to be like, my mom was big into this secret, and she thought that was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I was like, okay, visualization. Okay, well, that's part of what we do anyways. That's what ritual is. It's visualization. It's getting all the things that you want and your motion and all the things that are all the pieces of the puzzle kind of have to fit when you do ritual, and then you get out your emotion, your desires, all that stuff. And once you put it out there, then you start subconsciously, working on it, which is, I think, the same as what The Secret is trying to say. But I think our stuff is a little bit better. So I explained it to my mom. I was like, this is the kind of the same thing. And she's like, well, if it's not hurting anybody, then what does it matter? And then I really started getting into it. And then around 2012 is when I really just really dived into it. And around 2013, I finally bit the bullet and applied for my membership. And then I applied for active membership, and then I was invited to the Clave for the 49th. I guess that would be the 49th year or whatever. And then where I met
beginning of the 50th.
Right.
Yeah,
beginning of it, and that's where I met you guys and all the other people that were into it, and not knowing anybody who was a Satanist or who had any connections to it or ties to it, and to go to this event was like, man, I didn't know what to expect. I was hoping they would like take all my clothes off and pour honey on me, and we drink weird punch, but that didn't happen. That's okay though. But
no, that happens privately in the rooms later.
Oh, okay. When I went, I was totally blown away. Some of the smartest, most talented people resonate with the same thing, and I thought, okay, well, there's something to this. I was like, these are like-minded people, and they're not, they're not all devilish, and they're not all, like the satanic pen or anything. These are real people that are accomplishing things, that are being successful in their fields, and we all resonate with the same belief system. And I was just floored. I just couldn't believe it. And then from there, all these
trying to say that the Church of Satan is doing things.
Oh yeah, it's so weird. it's amazing how actually. I was talking to
it's weird.
Adam Roberts about it, and I said, we're all a success. That's the difference between us and most of the other religions. Every person that is a member of the Church of Satan is succeeding in something that they're doing, whether they're a construction worker, or they're a tattoo artist, or they make satanic products, or they're an author or an artist or a scientist. They're all succeeding in what that they do. They're all using their tools that they've been provided by Anton LaVey, and they're succeeding in life, and they're happy people, and they are doing well on every level. So it's kind of like, wow, people are doing things that most religions can't even come close to, or how we want we want each member to be successful. We want all the members to be doing well and being who they are and being the rulers of their own universe. And we are generally happy for other people's successes too, which most religions aren't like that. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. But us, on the other hand, the thing is, like, when you talk to people like Storm Anderson, big example, we were talking about maybe doing a convention for tattooing in Las Vegas. Now, I would have never met him unless through the Clave and his salon and everything. And I was like, what a great network of great-minded people to connect with. Mm-hmm. That's just something that I can't even fathom.
Yeah.
And that's just where it's amazing that we have all this wonderful resources at our fingertips with people that are like-minded.
Very true, man. Very true. As long as they're not a dick. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, as long as you're not a dick, not a butthole, and you'll be all right. That's funny.
What are you doing? You taking a shit?
No. I have to plug something in real fast. There we go.
If it starts vibrating, dude, we're done.
Oh no, that was my phone. It's very. I tried to put that. Yeah, especially your stuff from your stuff getting ripped off by the TSA. They never give ownership of the dildo. They say a dildo.
Yes, of course.
That sort of thing is my bag, baby.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know who put this in here. This isn't mine. It's not my bag.
I wanted to just touch on something because you said something about like other religions and Satan, how Satanism's, Satanists are successful people. That's because we're a carnal religion, and those other religions are not concerned with the here and now. They're concerned with after you die,
saving their treasures up in heaven. Yeah.
Well, I think it still
virgins.
boils down to necessity because, Christianity kind of formed, during the Roman Empire. And, if you were a poor person in the Roman Empire, you were utterly fucked. There was no hope for you at all. But Romans were very religious people, and the rituals were intense, and the money they would spend on them and everything. So, but the Roman religion taught no morality. So you could rape, fuck, do whatever you wanted to do as long as your God liked you. So Christianity came out like, oh, we don't have all these gods. We have one true God. And if you believe in this one true God, then all the things that you have missed out on or wanted will be provided for you in the afterlife. It gave them hope. It gave them something to look forward to. And it still carries over to today where, they still pray for the afterlife, that they're going to have this wonderful life that awaits them when they pass. Well, that's fine for you, but for me, I want the wonderful life while I'm fucking still in the shit. I want to have all the good stuff. I don't want to pray about it and hope that I get it when I die. I want that stuff now. There's no luggage racks on hearse. You can't take it with you. It's time.
Tune in next week when we have Roman History by Patrick DeMarco.
You just want to make sure that like that's kind of
Roman history as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The Romans were here. They conquered. It was great. And then
the
only watched one guy.
Who's that? Arnold Walken?
Yeah. Arnold Walken.
It sounded like a mix.
A mix of Arnold and Christopher Walken. I have to get in mode. I have to prepare. I can't just be on the spot so much. No, I'm just kidding. I think that still carries over, and I think your point is right on the button with it. They want to live a life, in the afterlife instead of the here and now, and I think that's why Satanists are successful because they're living in the now.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool, man.
Thank you guys very much. You guys are. It's a.
No, wait a minute. You didn't answer the question.
Yeah. You can't go yet. You're not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You can't hang up. I control the red button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We wanted to ask you, just like we ask everyone, what does Satan mean to you?
Oh, Satan means freedom. It means freedom to be whoever I want. It means freedom to conquer whatever I want to conquer. It's the I'd say it's the golden ticket. If that makes any sense. I mean, it's kind of,
golden ticket.
Exactly. I got the golden ticket. I can do anything. I can be anything. I can be anywhere and conquer anything because we're our own gods. We create what we want, and I think that's freedom. Being able to do whatever you want and to create whatever you want and have those things is ultimate freedom. That's all it is, and that's the way I feel it is to me. It's the freedom, and I think that's important. We can, there's so much at our fingertips in this life, and Satanism gives us the golden ticket to have it all, and I think that's most important. I mean, whatever you want, I mean, it's right there. I mean, like, you have to be realistic, but at the same time, it's, if you're going to want something, you might as well shoot for the stars. You might as well go for the brass ring. You might as well go all out, because even if you don't get to where you're going, so many wonderful things will happen to you along the way, and and you have the freedom to pick and choose what path you want to go on and how you can deduct yourself. And I think that's the ultimate gift right there, ultimate freedom.
Well, I definitely would say that is in our top 40 answers easily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. Top 40, great.
Yeah.
Top 40.
We've only had 30, but that's all right.
All right. and this is the 40th episode, correct?
No, it's the
30th.
30th.
Oh, okay, good.
So that means there are 10 more answers coming that will be better than yours.
Oh, better than mine. Awesome. Well, at least I'm in the top something. So that's always good. Yay.
Shit.
Yay.
No, Patrick,
So,
seriously,
John,
thanks
I
for coming
appreciate
on.
Yeah,
it was cool.
you deserve to actually come on and be yourself for once.
People have been bugging us for a while. Like, well, who is this guy? Let's hear about him. Like, all right, here you go.
Who is this guy? That's kind of funny. This obscure person that does this weird voice. Well, what's he all about? What makes him tick?
How does he have the moves? I think that's
how does he do it? But it was as to reiterate before, it's been an actual privilege to be part of your guys' show and to be able to make so many people laugh.
But you are now a devil we know, and we want to thank you. And until next time, which will probably be like next week or something, hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Well, that's going to do it for episode 30. 3-0.
That's right. That's how old Peter is, 30, right?
Yeah, that's why we did this.
Perfect timing.
We planned it out exactly. That's why we skipped 2 weeks in there.
Yeah, we had to kind of do some math. Thanks, Bill M.
Yeah.
For helping us out with that. And happy birthday again, Maestro. What are you laughing at? Let's close this show. I gotta get to bed.
All right. So anyway, thanks, Patrick.
Go to sleep, everybody.
Patrick, you big D-bag, for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Who loves you, buddy?
Yeah. And we'll see you all same bad time, same fat channel.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.